So with free agency opening up on Thursday, the Rockets are expected to have some interest in the center. Most likely Mo Bamba or Isaiah Hartenstein. Those are the two biggest names out there, but also a player like Nick Claxton should be in the mix. And with the recent departures of John Wall and Christian Wood, it clears up some minutes for the younger guys, but we still are over the limit of the allowed 15 players on the roster. So in today's video, we're going to break down the Rockets offseason guide and my opinion on what they should be doing in this offseason. It's going to be pretty jam-packed. I mean, there's going to be a lot of roster changes, especially with Gordon, KJ, kind of those guys off the bench. Jae'sean Tate, if they decide to move him. It's going to be interesting. I mean, I'm definitely expecting an Eric Gordon trade, maybe even a KJ Martin trade to either the Blazers or the Brooklyn Nets. We'll see, but this is my opinion on what the Rockets should do this offseason. If you like the video, drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it. And let's get to the video. So we're going to start off with free agency. Personally, I think they're going to heavily pursue a big man in the offseason. That provides some good, floor stretching and shot blocking ability. I mean, our number one weakest attribute overall should be defense. And I think Mo Bamba should definitely be our top priority in free agency. I mean, he's not going to return to the Magic with, Paolo going there. They also got Wendell Carter. They got all them boys there in the Orlando Magic. But Mo Bamba has definitely fallen out of the rotation. So I think he's going to be a free agent. And he should definitely come to the Rockets. I mean, he's definitely on the top of my list for the free agents in this offseason, and I think he can give us a lot of things that we need. I mean, floor stretching as a big and great shot blocking ability, while also being a 7-footer, gives us that great interior defense, while also, giving us some floor stretching ability. I think if he comes to the Rockets, he might start over Şengün. Now, that's my opinion, but it wouldn't make sense to have him as a backup role because he's pretty much better than a backup center. I mean, if you look at his overall stats from this season, he actually was playing pretty well before the end of the season. Looking at it right now, he averaged around 11 points per game, around 8 rebounds and 1 assist. Also threw in basically 2 blocks a game, which is also pretty great, on 48 from the field and 38% from 3. Great shooting splits from a big man, 7-footer. I definitely like his potential. Only is around 24 years old too, so definitely fits in with the time frame. We can develop him pretty well. The problem with Mo Bamba, like I've said in my Raptors videos, is that his drive, his motor isn't the highest. So hopefully coming to the Rockets, Jabari Smith, Jalen Green can kind of motivate him to, get better. But yeah, I mean, Mo Bamba would definitely be the perfect fit, the perfect free agent target on my list. Other guys, Isaiah Hartenstein, definitely another good look at a 7-footer. Someone that can do everything, nothing great, but he does a lot of things pretty average. Now, that's basically a cheap option behind Mo Bamba. I mean, another guy, Nick Claxton, good shot blocker. Other than that, nothing too amazing. Good, I guess, lob threat. But yeah, those are my 3 biggest free agent targets. I mean, we can toss a lot of money at Mo Bamba because we did get rid of John Wall and Christian Wood's contract. We could also throw some money at Isaiah Hartenstein and Nick Claxton. I don't think the Clippers are going to bring back Hartenstein because they already have a lot of those guys. John Wall, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Zubac. I think they just tossed Zubac like a $33 million contract. So they're not going to have enough money to sign back Isaiah Hartenstein if he wants to come back. So Hartenstein should be another good look for the Rockets, and Nick Claxton should be a pretty cheap option. Now, he is going to be a restricted free agent, so I think the Nets might match any offer that he gets, but nonetheless, I think we should definitely try out for all 3 of these guys. So now we have the roster moves. There's a ton of players on the roster as it is right now, and there definitely needs to be some changes and some players being cut. I mean, Sterling Brown, Marquise Chris, and Trey Burke should all definitely be gone. I think Eric Gordon, David Nwaba, KJ Martin, they should all be packaged together in a trade or essentially just traded by themselves because I think all 3 of those guys should pretty much be gone by the end of the season or by the end of the offseason. I think with Gordon, him being around, 33, right? Yeah, Gordon being around 33 years old, he definitely should be gone from the team. I mean, he doesn't fit in with the time frame. Definitely our oldest player. He can still help out a contender, and I really thought the Sixers were going to trade for Eric Gordon on draft day, but it didn't happen. So hopefully they can trade for him right now, kind of package Matisse Thybulle and something else for Eric Gordon, or even a 3-team trade with the Blazers. Hopefully that's still in the works. But yeah, I mean, Eric Gordon getting rid of his contract opens up our cap space even more, gives us some more minutes to the other guys. I mean, if Eric Gordon is gone, I think I see Tari Easton starting at the small forward, gives us that, defensive presence on the perimeter and also a great 3-point shooter. So looking at KJ Martin, I mean, it's really unfortunate what's happening with him, being around 21, 22 years old. He's been a really solid role player for us, and, with him wanting more minutes, there's just no way on a team that has, Jae'sean Tate off the bench, Josh Christopher, Ty Washington, Usman Garuba. We have all these minutes to go around. And with KJ Martin wanting a trade, I think we might have to grant it because there's not going to be enough minutes to go around. KJ, I think he should generate some interest in the trade market. The Portland Trail Blazers, definitely a great fit. I like him there. The Brooklyn Nets, also a pretty great fit. But yeah, I think KJ Martin is definitely gone by the end of the offseason or even by the end of the trade deadline. He just doesn't fit with... I don't know. I think he does fit with us. The one thing that doesn't sit right with me is that he wants the easy way out. And that's just my opinion. I think he's trying to get the easy way out. He doesn't want to, fight for his minutes, doesn't want to challenge the other guys, challenge for the starting small forward position. But yeah, if we can get at least like a second round pick in exchange for him, because that's all we're going to really get from him, because he is our second round pick, obviously. And, in 20 minutes played, I think he averaged around like 5 points per game or 8 points per game. Nothing too amazing. The thing is, I think KJ Martin definitely overvalues what he sees of himself. So, it's going to be a little bit difficult to get a trade done. But if a team out there is offering at least a first round or a second round pick, I'm definitely taking that. So, and as for David Nwaba, I think he should, generate some interest too. Good defensive player, good high energy player off the bench. And yeah, as for the other roster moves, I think Josh Christopher, Ty Washington off the bench should be our guys. Usman Garuba, I think we should definitely experiment him at the center position, because I think with that injury last season, he didn't really get too much run. So hopefully we can see some great defensive effort from Garuba this year. Hopefully we can see some Jae'Sean Tate, because I think Tate comes off the bench. He either comes off the bench or he starts at the small forward position. And in my opinion, starting at the small forward position for Jae'Sean Tate is definitely a problem, because he can't floor space at all. He has a good interior game, but that's pretty much it. As the reports, he has been working on his shot in the offseason, so hopefully we can see some of that in the regular season this year. So if he does start at the small forward position, gives us some more defensive capability, but not enough floor spacing. So, and my projected starting five to start this season would definitely have to be KPJ, Jalen Green, Eric Gordon if he is staying, Jabari Smith, and Alperen Şengün. You can kind of interchange Şengün with whoever we get in the offseason, with whatever center we get. I think this lineup is definitely a great lineup to watch. Definitely better than what we had last season. I think it was KPJ, Jalen Green, Gordon, Tyson, Wood. So we have a lot more versatility on both ends of the floor. I think it's going to be pretty great to watch. Jabari Smith should definitely help us on both ends of the floor, especially defensively. He can guard 1 through 5. He can hit the occasional 3. Great 3-point shooter. Alperen Şengün should definitely help. Jabari Smith gets some open looks with his playmaking ability. KPJ and Jalen Green, they're going to keep wreaking havoc on the league. Last season after the All-Star break, both of them were pretty electric. And Eric Gordon, hopefully he's going to be gone. Hopefully we can start Jae'sean at the 3. Overall, the Rockets, they have a ton to sort out this offseason, and I believe this offseason will be more jam-packed with Rockets news. Last season it was pretty much dead. I think we all expected a lot more than what they did. I think they just signed Daniel Tyson, David Nwaba, and that's it. This season already, we already have Jabari Smith, we already have Jae'sean and Ty Washington, and I'm pretty interested to see which center they go for in the offseason. Let me know what you guys think about this offseason guide and what you would change. Will you guys like it? Will you guys dislike it? And I'm out. So this video, I'm GC. Peace.